Hey everyone, so today's going to be a tutorial and it's going to be using this quad by E.L.F. and it's called Luxe and it's only $1 and it has really pretty colors in it. And I have it on this eye. You can kind of see it, you kind of can't. That's kind of what I feel like right now, but that's kind of the point. It's just going to be a natural everyday look using these colors. And I'll kind of go through and tell you what else I used. I mostly use drugstore products on this and all of them I love, so I will definitely be sharing that with you. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to prime my eyelid and I'm going to be using Urban Decay Primer Potion, and this is just a mini one. And like I always say, if you're going to splurge on anything, I feel like it should be a primer either for your face or your lid, because definitely that's like the most important and it'll make any shadow last, whether it's high end or low end. So I'm just going to kind of put a few dots on there and make sure you have clean hands, and I'm going to smooth it on with my finger. And when you're either using like loose or powdery shadows or kind of low end shadows, I also like to use a stickier base, and I'm just going to be using this Corez eyeliner pencil in white. You can use any color or you can use any jumbo pencils or anything like that, and I'm just going to lightly, you don't want to tug on your eye with this, and then just lightly kind of brush that in just so it creates a sticky base, and you want to go kind of up to your crease. Just like that. And you're not really supposed to see it, it's just supposed to provide a stickier base than Urban Decay Primer Potion. So get a little also underneath because we're going to be putting shadow under there, so just draw a little line and then smooth it out. Okay, so we're going to be using these shadows now, and I'm going to be taking the first color, which is kind of like a yellowy highlight color, and this is super easy. I'm just going to be taking this E.L.F eyeshadow brush, and it's the C brush. I'm just going to place my brush into the color like that, and I'm going to put this on the inner third of my lid and right under my brow. So I'm just going to put this right here, and I'm going to bring it into the tear duct just to brighten up that area. And then I'm also going to go a little bit underneath just to brighten up the entire area, like I said, and then bring it right underneath the brow. I like to do right underneath the arch of the brow. I don't really do a whole brow highlight. I just, you see where the arch is? Right there. I just go right underneath, and I feel that that highlights best. So then I am going to be taking this same brush, and I'm going to be going into this color, and it's like a brown. It's like a light, kind of shimmery brown. I'm taking that on the same C brush, and I'm going to go in and kind of go from the middle, so kind of the last half of my eye. And you can see that definitely shows up. You can definitely see that. So you have to make sure to blend and bring it up a tiny bit into the crease. Just like that. As you can see, it now creates kind of like more of a natural shadow on that edge of the crease, and that'll help you with the crease color application because you'll be able to see where your crease is better. And don't worry if it's messy on the side or if you don't like that, because we'll be cleaning that up later. So don't worry about that. Next I'm going to be using, this is the MAC 217, any blending or crease brush. And I'm going to be going into this red color. And as you can see, when you use this kind of brush on it, you get a ton of like fallout. I just blow it off and blow it off with my brush. If you're doing someone else's makeup, you don't want to blow on the brush because that's kind of like germy, but if you're putting it, you know, it's your own makeup, you know, use your judgment. So I'm just going to start right here in kind of my outer V and just kind of work that all the way in along my brow bone, right above it. So you just want to deposit the color and kind of bring it all the way down to create a really nice shape. And as you can see, it kind of comes down there, and I really hate when eyeshadow does that. So like I said, we will be cleaning it up. So once you've deposited the color with this brush, you can still blend with that brush, but I'm just going to be taking a clean brush, and this is the Bare Essentials Crease Defining Brush. It's just another crease brush, but really fluffy. And I'm just going to be blending this out. Okay. So once you've gotten, sorry, I have like a really bad cold. Once you've gotten that to the desired kind of blending that you want, then, yeah, now I'm going to be taking concealer and kind of pushing out what we don't want. And this is just matte concealer, and I'm in the color NW20. And I recommend using a cream concealer for this because powder won't really work that well, and neither will like a liquid, but you can kind of use a foundation if you want as well. And I'm just going to be dabbing it where we don't want that shadow and just gently pulling it up to create more of the shape that we want, since that was kind of like all over and crazy, so that it kind of matches that side. So then I am going to be taking the darkest color in the quad, and that's right there, and we're going to be doing the most with this color. So first I'm going to be taking, this is just a pencil brush by MAC, and it's the 219, and I'm going to go into this color and kind of put it all over my brush and then just tap off and blow off any excess. And I'm just going to start right at the end of my lash line and kind of just do small strokes upward into my outer V. Just like that. And then I'm just going to take a little more of that shadow and continue to do the same thing until it's at the desired darkness that you want it. And you have to make sure it matches the other side, obviously. And then I'm going to be taking the same crease brush and just kind of fanning that out. Okay. Next, I'm going to be taking that same color, but this time I'm going to be taking it on a wet 242 brush by MAC, but anything with kind of a flat point like that would be really good. And I don't know where I put my Fix Plus, but it's wet enough. So I'm just going to be going right into that and just kind of putting it on both sides. And we're going to be lining the upper lash line. For me, when I do that, got a little bit of fallout. What I like to do is I just like to press down and then go over what I just did. And be sure to look down when you're doing this, and then it makes it easier so you don't get your lashes caught up in it. And be careful, this is one thing you definitely don't want to rush out of the whole thing. So you should be taking the most time on the liner application out of the whole look. Okay, so now that you have your wet line, then I'm going to go over that with, take that same pencil brush, or you can use the same brush, it doesn't matter, and just go into the same dark color dry, and then just draw over it in the last half to smudge the whole thing out. And to make the line a little bit thicker. Just like that. Hopefully you saw that. Okay, so then I'm going to be taking the wet brush again and going into the same dark color. Like I said, we're doing a lot with this color. It's a really pretty color, and we're just going to go probably like halfway down the lower lash line. And that's why we put a little bit of pencil down there to prime. Just like that, and then just connect it to the top. And then we're going to go back in with this, just the same C brush that you used, and we're going to go into that highlight color again, and we're just going to reapply it underneath to just brighten the whole thing up. Okay, and next we are going to line the waterline and the tight line. I usually don't do this on camera because I'm pretty bad at it, but we're going to give it a shot today and see how it works out, and I'll show you how I do it. So I'm just using Urban Decay's 24/7 Glide On Pencil in 0. And you could also use the eyeliner Duet that I showed you in another video by NYC, which is $2.99. And I like these liners, but I can't find my sharpener, so I can't use it because it's all used up. So what I do when I do this, I don't pull down here because your eye skin is really delicate, so I just kind of pull down on my cheek and just lightly brush on the liner on my waterline. And I'm so bad at putting this on my tight line on the top because I like start tearing and like getting really bad, so I just kind of close my eye and run it along and it gets on there somehow. So you just kind of close your eye on it. I'll try to show you again. And just kind of run it along the line, and it deposits it there somehow. So that's what works for me. I'm really bad at that. So now I'm just going to curl my lashes. And where is my eyelash curler? And this is from Revlon. And I'll show you how I do that, because I don't think I've ever done that on camera either. And I just place it right there. And I do 3 pumps. If I don't get my lid caught. 1, 2, 3. And then I move it out a little, go 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3 on the ends. I know everybody has their different ways of doing it, but that's just how I do it. And then I'm going to be using Great Lash Big by Maybelline, I believe. And I'll just be applying this to my top lashes. Now this mascara, you need to apply it quick because it does dry pretty fast. So, and once it dries, it's kind of hard to apply to another coat. So just kind of try to apply once it's wet, and kind of do like a continuous going around instead of stopping, doing the other eye and going back. So just do one eye at a time with this mascara. Okay, great. So now that that is done, the eyes are basically done. This is the look. And then on my face, I have Smart Shade Makeup by Almay, and I'm in the color light medium. I love this stuff. I just smoothed it on all over my face. On my brows, I have the E.L.F Eyebrow Kit in the color light. And right now for you, I'm going to be applying my blush and my highlighter. For my blush, I'm using the E.L.F blush in Pink Passion. And I'm just, oops, sorry. I'm just going to be taking this angled brush by MAC. It's a 168 SE. I'm just going to go into that and just kind of dab that on the apples of my cheeks, and then just kind of smooth it up so it looks pretty. And do the same with the other side. This blush is really pigmented, so you kind of have to smooth it out rather than just doing a full application of it. Okay, and then I'm going to be applying a highlighter, and this is Gotta Glow, I think. I'm like going blind. And this is by E.L.F as well, and it's a dupe for NARS's Albatross. And I'm going to be using this E.L.F blush brush. And I'm going to be taking some on there, tapping the excess off, and just sweeping this right on top of my cheekbones. Alright, and for my lips, I already applied this pencil and pout from NYC, and it has a very, very dark lip pencil. So what I do is I just apply it right there, right underneath, and then sheer it out so it makes your bottom lip look really full. And sometimes I put it right here, and then again just kind of shearing that out because this is very dark. Look, if I just show you on my hand, you can see how dark that is. And then I'm just going to be applying the lip gloss again, and this is in Lilac Duet, just for reference. So I'm taking, although I don't think any of these are lilac, but oh well. So I'm taking this again and just smoothing this. It has really great color payoff too, so you don't really need a lipstick with it. And I was going to put that underneath the pencil that I already drew on. And that is it. That is the complete look using the E.L.F eyeshadow duo in Luxe. So this is a natural everyday look. I really like it. It's not as pigmented as you know, I would have liked, but this would be really great for traveling, or really great, you know, for going out, or just when you need to do something fast. So I think this is a really great duo, trio, quad, and I would definitely be using this again. I especially really like that dark color. I think it has a really great color payoff. So that was the tutorial. I really hope you guys liked. I will take pictures and put them on my blog since I didn't kind of interrupt this video. I don't have to edit it together. So I really hope you guys enjoy, and I will talk to you soon. Bye everyone.